Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can create a investment broker website. So let's say you want to do investment regarding Bitcoin, stock trading, or any type of website at all that has to do with investment plans, and you want to be able to deposit, debit, credit your users. This is the particular video that you need in order to solve that problem. Now, in this video, I'm going to teach you how you can create something like this. And if you see from this aspect, you can see that there's a dashboard for the user. There are investment plans that the user can actually go and select and invest in. There is also a deposit and a withdrawal page. And in this withdrawal page, you can see that there are different withdrawal methods that the user can actually select from in order to withdraw their funds. Then we also have transaction page where the user is going to see a list of all the transactions. In this case, you can see that there's a credit and there's also a debit. So you are going to have all these options. Now, even apart from that, you also have an admin page. And in the admin page, you can actually control the deposit and debit of all the users. Like if you see here, you can see that we have about 13 users and we have about 12 active users. And inside of this page, we have different types of transactions that can actually happen in this particular place. You can also see the part where you can receive a support ticket. Let's say you will receive a support ticket from any of your customers complaining about any certain thing. You can actually use the support ticket in order to accept queries into your site. Then we also have the option where you can set your investment plans and you can also manage your users and see all their details. Like in this aspect, you can see all the list of users in this particular place. We also have the investment plans where you can set each of your plans, the type of investment, and the amount of that is supposed to be in the investment. So we all have these particular options. So we also have different payment gateways where you can set manual and automatic payment gateways. We will always advise you should use the manual payment gateways because those are the methods that mostly support the P2P that you're going to need for your work. So always use the manual payment gateway because it's a more better option. Then also in this site, you'll be able to change the name, edit the logo, change the currency, change the time zone, and also change the colors depending on your preference. So this is exactly what you're going to be getting from this video. So if you want to learn how to create a investment broker, all you just have to do is keep watching in this video as I show you how you can achieve this. Welcome to the installation part of this video. In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can install the broker now. So you have to make sure that your domain and hosting, you have them. So if your domain and hosting is not there, just know very well that you would not be able to install the broker. So you have to make sure that you have bought your domain and your hosting. And if you want to buy domain and hosting, all you have to do is just click the link in the description of this video, or you click the link that is pinned in the comment section, and you can buy a domain and hosting from either GoDaddy or Hostinger. So for that one, we are going to recommend. The reason for that is because they are very, very fast, and also they have little downtime. So you want to make sure you're using one of the best services out there, and these services turn out to be one of the best. Your domain most likely should be gotten at GoDaddy, whereas your hosting can be gotten at Hostinger. So just make sure you use the link in the description of this video, and we are good to go. All right, so when you have gotten that and you have set up your domain, if you don't know how to set up or link your domain, you can watch my previous video where I taught you how you can link both your domain and your hosting together. So once you have done that and you are in this particular dashboard, all you want to do is just click File Manager here. So after you clicked on File Manager, it's going to redirect you to this particular page. Now, what you want to do is this part that says public underscore HTML, you want to make sure that this particular folder is empty. That's if you're installing it on just the domain directly. And you want to make sure you come to this part, this arrow that is facing up, click on it, select file. After selecting file, then I will go and let's get the location of the script. So I'm going to go and get the location of the script now. And look at the script here. It's actually in a zip folder. So what you want to do is just click and click on, select the zip folder. After selecting the zip folder, click on open. So when you do that, it's going to upload your script and you're going to see the progress from this particular side here. All right, so now that the video is successfully uploaded, all you want to do is just click on the video, then right click. Now when you right click, what you want to do is click on this option that says extract. When you click on extract, all you just have to do in the aspect that asks for the folder name, just put a dot so that it can take the name of the folder. So you don't bother go ahead and be creating a new folder name again. It's just a stressful process. All right, so now that we have successfully extracted the file, what you just want to do is click on this particular folder that we just extracted and you want to delete this zip file. So just click on delete and make sure that this is ticked and just click delete. Now, when you're successfully done this, what you want to do is you want to go into the file, then you want to select all the files that are here. So all you can do is just click on Ctrl A and you will move it up. So you move it and you just select this particular option that has 3 dots. This option here, the one I selected, the one that has 2 dots, 2 dots. After you have done that, just click on move. All right, if you have successfully done this, you should be under the public underscore HTML folder and your entire script is supposed to be there as well. Now, this aspect is the front end, then the back end falls under this account. So the back end of the script is actually this aspect here. This front end here is the aspect of the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and all the rest. So now the next thing for you to do is to go and create your database. In order for you to create your database, what you have to do is come to this option here that says database, click on it. Now, in this aspect here, you want to give the database a name. In this case, I'm just going to call it AGM Broker. Me personally, I love using the database name and the name of the user to be the same thing. So in this case, I'll just put the name to be the same thing. Then click on these 3 dots. It's going to generate a password for you. You can choose any of the generated password or you can also put your own password. So after doing that, click on create. Then after you have clicked on create, you want to make sure you store your database in a notepad file, your database details in a notepad file, because if you do not store it in a notepad file, there's a possibility that you can lose or forget the password. So in order not to lose or forget your password, always place it in a notepad where you can easily copy and paste it when the time is needed. So the same thing you're also going to do for the database name. Since the database name and the database user are the same name, I don't need to go back and copy the other name again. All I just have to do is copy this first one, and that is all. Now, when you have successfully created a database, you want to click these parts of the database that says enter PHP my admin, this side. So you click on it. So when you have successfully clicked on that particular option, what you want to do is come to this option that says import at the top of your database, then click on it. Then you see this part that says choose file, choose file or number of file choosing. Just click on it so that you can go and select the database that you're going to access from the script, which is this particular one. So you click on that particular database and you're going to import it into your system. So after you have selected the database, all you just have to do is click on import. All right, so the database is successfully imported. You should see the database tables by now. You should also see the admin database table where you can edit the admin details and all the rest. So Now, after we have successfully imported the database tables and everything, what we want to do now at this junction is go back to our file manager. Instead of our file manager, in the aspect of accounts, you want to enter the account, then you want to go to the option that says core. Instead of core, you want to go to the option that says .env, this particular option here. Now, inside of this option, the first thing you want to make sure you do is to edit the website URL just the way I did it in this aspect, and also the database credentials. So let's go ahead and do that. So first of all, we will edit the database credentials, then we'll also fix the URL. So just copy the database name, come here, and in the option that says DB database, you will paste it there. Then the option that says DB username, you will also paste it there. Then remember, we also set a password. So we'll go back to our notepad and copy the password. Then go back to the particular password place and paste it. So when you do this, you have successfully set the database. Now the next thing you want to do is at the top. You want to make sure you go and edit the app URL, and you want to make sure that your debug is not set to true but false. Why you want to do that is because you don't want your site errors to be displayed to your visitors. So you are going to edit this particular URL. You're going to replace this aspect of the domain with your own domain name. So go back to the domain, and we're going to copy ours, and we're going to paste it. So once you successfully do this, you have successfully configured the database and linked it to the script. So the next process is for us to access the site and see how the site looks and configure it from the admin side. But there's still one more thing I needed to show you before you go. Now, you see this .env file, you want to make sure you copy this file, and you want to make sure you go to your inside of your account, go and look for core, look for the option that says vendor, then go and look for PSR, this one here. Then inside PSR, look for logs. Inside of logs, you will see another .env file. You want to make sure that you paste the information inside this .env file. I've already done mine. You want to make sure you paste the same database information. Otherwise, if you don't do that, what's going to happen is you will not be able to, the application is not going to work correctly. So you want to make sure that you do this and do not forget it. So that was the additional thing I wanted to show you guys. Then after you have successfully done this, you need to go to the admin link. Now for the admin link, all you just have to do is admcentral.online/account/admin, which is to say it is going to be your backend folder, which is account/admin. Then if it's for the user side, it is going to be /user, and in the /user, all you have to do is user/login rather. So in the user/login, you're going to see that it's going to take you to the login users aspect, and you create accounts, the same thing. So this is just how you can access their links. So you can copy out their links and keep it in one particular place, and anytime you want to access it, just go and access it this way. So this is the login link and the registration link. Now, for us to proceed, all we just have to do is log in the admin aspect. So in order to log in the admin aspect, like I told you, you go to the folder that says admin. So when it takes you to the admin, it's going to give you this admin dashboard. Now, how do you set your admin login details? You will now go back to your database. Now, when you get to your database, You will now go back to your database and enter in your. You will now go back to your database, and when you get to your database, just click on enter my PHP my admin, allow it to load. Now, when the database has loaded completely, you have to look for the database tables that says admin, which is this one here, or admins. Then you click on it. Now, when you click on it, you see this aspect. This is the database admin information. You can have more than one admin. You can create lots of admin. But in this case, you're just going to be creating one or going with the default one that is already there. So the first thing you want to do is to make sure you update your admin email address. You can change your admin name if you want, but I will just leave it as admin. So I'll set my admin email. Then I'll also set my admin username. In this case, I use the email for both the username and the email because I don't want to be typing that like constantly. Then the next thing you want to do is to set the password. Now, when you come to the database, you see that the password is actually encrypted. Now that the password is encrypted, how do we now add our own password to it? That is exactly what I'll teach you now. So you paste the password. In this case, I'm still going to use the email, but in your own account, I will not advise you to use your email as your password. Always use something that is difficult for people to guess. Then you look at this option here, click on it, then look for the option which is mostly going to be at the down part, and it's called password hash PHP function. Now this password hash PHP function is a function that you are going to use to encrypt your password so that even if your database is to get leaked out, no one is going to know your password immediately. Then after you have done that, you don't need to touch any other thing. You can leave this token the way it is and just go ahead and click go. So when you have successfully done this, what you have to do is go back to your admin URL, then paste in the details, which I'm going to paste now. Then click on login. All right, welcome to the admin dashboard of the site. So you can see that the admin dashboard is actually very, very robust. It also has the ability to record all transactions easily. So currently, if you want to change the logo, because this logo is not the one that you want to use, if you want to change the logo, you can go over to this other option that says general, and you can first of all change the site title. You can specify the currency. Let's say you want to work, let's say with pounds, you can put pounds like the currency symbol, GBP. You can also set the symbol. You can also come here and change the color as well. Let's say I want to change it to blue. You can come here and change the way the color is going to be. You can do all of this. Okay, I'm changing it to another color. But basically, you can do every single of this thing. So after you have done that, you can just basically press submit. Then the next thing you want to do is this option that says system configuration. Now in system configuration, there is not much thing for you to do, but there are still important things there. You see this balance transfer, you can enable it so that users can transfer balance in between themselves. Or you can also enable your users to register on the site. Let's say you don't want people to register on the site. You can also block them from registering on the site. So currently it's enabled. That's why people will be able to create accounts. Then also you see this registration bonus. Let's say if people create an account on the site, they want to give them $20 registration bonus. You can actually use this particular option for this. Then every other one that is down below it, you can look at the explanation there and know exactly what is actually used for. But basically, all the settings that you need, you can either turn them on or turn them off. So basically, I'm going to leave this part and I will go to the aspect that has to do with the logo and favicon. So in the aspect of logo and favicon, what you want to do is this aspect here that shows the logo. You want to click on this aspect that says select. Now you can upload two types of logo. You can upload a light logo and a dark logo, and it's going to appear on your pages that way. In case you have users that access your site using a dark theme on their phones and users that access the site using the normal white screen. So whichever the case may be, you can upload different types of logos. You can contact a graphic designer, or you can even leave us a message and we can design a logo for you that can both appear on a dark screen and a white screen. So in this case, I'm going to just select my logo and I'll just use the same thing for both dark and the light screen. Then I'll just use the favicon to also be the logo. Then after doing that, I'm just going to click on submit. Now, if you click on submit and it says logo and favicon updated successfully, and you are still seeing the previous logo, what you want to do is press Ctrl plus F5 at once. And what is going to happen is it's going to give it a hard refresh. Now, what does hard refresh mean? Hard refresh just means you are clearing your browser cache by force. So if you do that, it's going to now show your current logo, because sometimes your website or your browser makes use of cache. So because of that, you won't see your changes immediately. But just do exactly as I did in the video and you will definitely see your changes. Now, the other things you also want to see in the broker are the deposits. So far, you can come to this part, the deposit part, and you can see that there are different, you can approve your deposit from here. You can see all the people that have made deposit through your site. Then we also have the withdrawal aspect, where you can also set your withdrawal method. You can set it to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, whichever method at which you want. You can just come here and say add new, and you can put the name of the withdrawal, the currency, the rate, the minimum amount, the maximum amount. Then here is going to be the withdrawal instruction or the account numbers where they are supposed to pay to. So whichever the case may be, you all have the option there at your fingertips. Then the next thing also is the aspect that has to do with the users. You can come here and click on all users and you will be able to see all your users. Like in this case now, I have a user here, which this account is mine. And in this account, I can click on the user details and I will see all information about the user. Like in this case, I have the user's balance, the deposit, the transaction. I can decide to credit this user. I can decide to debit this user. I can also log in as the user as well. That's one good thing about this thing. You can log in as the user now without having to log in with their password or anything, because you are the admin. You can easily access the account without using their password. And you can see how the dashboard looks like for the user. So you can see the investments. You can go and check for the investment plan. The user is going to see the investment that they've done in this particular place. Then for the deposit, they can always come here and select any deposit method, if any deposit method are actually available for them. Then for the withdrawal, they can come here and select the withdrawal gateway, whichever method they want to use as their withdrawal, and put their withdrawal and put in their withdrawal amount. Or they can come here to the transaction to see all the list of transactions they've done, both deposits, withdrawal, and all the rest. They can also do referral if they want to refer other people to the site. They have their referral code and all the rest, so you can always come to that option and copy. They also have support tickets where people can actually drop support tickets to you, and it's going to appear on the broker regarding issues that they have or complaints that they have. So you can actually put they can actually drop a support ticket for you, and when they drop a support ticket for you, they can actually drop a support ticket to you, and you are going to see the support ticket at the admin side. So they can also change their password. Let's say they don't know their current password, they can change their password, or if they already know their password or they want to put a new password, they can still also do that particular aspect. So these are just the things. Now let me fund this account. Let me fund this account with $500. So I'm just going to put 500, and it's going to be a deposit. And I will just say test transaction, and just click on submit. So we have successfully funded your user's account with $500. You can even see here deposit is saying $500. So let's go back to the admin side and let's see if we are going to see our $500. Exactly, look at it here. It is showing $500 at the sidebar. Now, why is it not showing at this part here? The one of this
Part
part
is the
is the
one the
one the
user
user
would
would
have to
have to
submit
submit
by
by
himself
himself
using the
using the
deposit
deposit
page,
page,
which
which
is
is
this
this
one
one
here.
here.
But
But
if
if
the
the
user
user
does
does
not
not
submit
submit
from
from
this
this
side,
side,
it's
it's
not
not
going
going
to
to
read
read
at
at
this
this
side in
side
the
in the
middle.
middle.
It's only
It's
going
only
to
going to
read
read
at
at
this
this
one
one
at the
at the
corner.
corner.
So you need to
So you
make
need
your
to make your
users
users
understand.
understand.
So
So
depending
depending
on the
on the
deposit
deposit
method you
method you
want to
want to
use,
use,
you
you
can
can
always
always
understand
understand
how
how
they are
they are
going
going
to
to
show.
show.
Then
Then
also I
also
can
I can
also
also
debit
debit
that
that
user.
user.
Let's say I want to debit the user of hundred dollar.
$100.
Then I
Then I
select
select
it
it
that
that
is
is
going
going
to
to
be
be
from
from
the
the
deposit.
deposit.
Then I'll
Then I'll
just
just
say
say
test
test
transaction.
transaction.
All right, so
Alright, so
this
this
user
user
now
now
has
has
$400 in
$400
his
in his
account.
account.
If I
If I
go
go
back
back
and I
and I
refresh
refresh
it,
it,
I'm
I'm
going to
going to
see
see
what?
what?
A $400. So
So
this is
this is
just
just how this particular process works. So if you want to gain access to this script, all you just have to do is to leave us a message on WhatsApp, or you can just click on the link in the description of the video, and it will direct you to our Paystack page where you can basically just make payments and have access to the script. But as always, if you need any support, you can always reach out to us on our WhatsApp and any of our social media handles. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.